Hold on. Abi, call Sinchana. Asisha China call me. So I tell me how that looking on YouTube then. Somebody go on YouTube and tell me how that looking. If you're looking good. Somebody tell me how that looking on YouTube video. Oh, shucks. What's this? Looking normal? There you go. Right. Back to basics. There we go. So, item 10 refers to the following Venn diagram, right? The diagram which shows the universal set U and two sets T and C that represent the 9 students in a class, some of whom play tennis and chess, right? So we have tennis, we have chess, these people on the outside. Let me ask that question. How many people not playing neither tennis nor chess? Let me hear you. 3, right? That'll be these 3 people on the outside. So they are asking how many students play tennis but not chess. So if I talk about tennis but not chess, I'm not talking about these people. I'm not talking about these people. I'm talking about the people who actually play tennis only. How much people that will be? 4. C. TikTok, I see all the belting out them answers. Let me go. Like up the video, tiki-taki. Right. Item 11 refers to the following information on the description of 3 sets, right? We have odd numbers, even numbers, prime numbers. Which of the following sets are empty? An empty set is a set that has nothing in it, right? So what I'm guessing that Q intersect R, which means they are saying that are there any odd numbers that are even? There aren't any odd numbers that are even. So that would be D. Right? Q intersect R would be an empty set. There aren't any odd numbers that are even. There we go. TikTok, like up the video, tiki-taki. So, the students, the 30 students in Teacher May's class have either a dog or a cat or none of the two. 16 students have a dog, 12 students have a cat, and the remainder have neither a dog nor a cat, right? So, the Venn diagram to represent this. Look at this, right? If we have, there are no people who have both a dog and a cat. So what does this tell us? This tells us that there is no intersection, which is the only one here that has no intersection or no overlapping. That will be D. So D would be automatically the answer. But if you want some perspective on this answer, 16 people had a dog, 12 people had a cat, and the remainder have neither a dog or a cat. So that means that this two must not be in any of those circles, right? Proper thing. We go in. Right, let me hit it. So at a bank, EC $2.60 is equivalent to US $1, right? For every $1 exchange, EC 10 cents is deducted as an exchange fee. How much EC dollars would Leon receive if he exchanges US $1,000, right? So look at this, right? They said for every US dollar, he is getting EC 10 cents deducted. How much US dollars I had by? How much US dollars I want to change? Let me hear a little. How much US dollars am I trying to change? 1,000. So in order to find out how much EC dollars I am going to deduct, it would be 1,000 multiplied by EC 10 cents. When I multiply this, I will actually get EC $100. That is what I'm about to deduct, right? So for the next thing I need to do is I need to convert this 1,000 US to EC dollars. How do I do that? US 1,000 Inter EC would be 1,000 multiplied by $2.60. How much EC am I getting here? 2,600 EC. But I need to deduct 100 EC as tax. So when I minus EC 100 from this, how much EC am I remaining with? 25, ignore the 16 here. 2,500 EC. My answer is C. Proper. Right? How did I get 100? 1,000 multiplied by 0.10 gives you 100. Right? Somebody was asking how I got 100 on Tiki-Toki. 13. The sales tax is, if sales tax is charged at a rate of 1.5% on the marked price of an item, then the sales tax on a dress which costs $1,800 is what? Right? So the sales tax is 1.5 on the marked price. Then the tax on a dress would be what? It says 1,800 multiplied by 1.5%, right? 1.5%, that is actually 1.5, which would be what? 3/2. So this can be written 3/2% per se, can be written as 3/200. That's how you write 3/2%, right? So when I cancel these zeros here, 2 into 18 would be what? 9, and 9 multiplied by 3 would give me 27. All right, everybody good there? That is easy. That's the easiest way to work out a percent of 1.5%. Any point something percent they wanted to work out, the best thing to do is to change that 1.5, which is 1.5, to an improper fraction. Okay? And instead of 3/100, it will be 3/200. Are we clear, my children? All good there? Right, let me roll. 7,000 is invested at a rate of 5% per annum compound interest, right? They compound in this bad boy for 2 years. Then the total amount accruing at the end of 2 years. So your total amount accruing is the total amount at the end of the 2 years, right? So I can actually do 7,000 multiplied by 5% interest rate, right? So that means this will be 105%. That will be the amount at the end of the first year. First year, right? So what we're doing here, zeros cancel. 70 multiplied by 105. Anybody multiply? 70 multiplied by 105. What does it give me? 35 for 5 here. 7 by 0 is 0 plus 3. 1, 7 is 7. So that'll be 7,350. So what does this represent? This represents the amount of money that the person has at the end of 1 year. 1 year. How much years we have to go for? Do we have to run it again? Do we have to run it again? Yes, we do. That was year 1. So year 2. 7, you're bringing down the value, 7,350, multiplied by the same 105% over 100, right? What I could do here, but I could cancel these zeros. We could say 5 into 10 is 2. 5 into 105 is 21. Let me do 735 multiplied by 21. Tell me what I get there. 735 multiplied by 21. Anybody work it out? Anybody work out this? Work out this and give me the answer now. So, all right, let me go. 2 by 5 is 10. All right. Put the 0 there. Add 1, 2 3s are 6, and 1 is 7. Then 2 by 7 is 14. All right. Then we're going to go 1 by 5 is 5. 1 by 3 is 3. 1 by 7 is 7. When you add these bad boys here, where again? Proper. 15,435. Right, and 35. So you have to divide this by 2 now. So this will be 15435 divided by 2. So again, when you divide this, which one of them? 2 into 15 is what? 2 remainder 1. 2 into 14 is 7. Somebody mic on by. Somebody mic on. I'm not sure who it is, but somebody mic on. Right? Where I reach? 2 into 3 is 1. Where I get here? 2 into 15 is 7. You have 7, 7. 2 into 3 is 1. Remainder 1. And 2 into will be 7. So it'll be 7, 7, 1, 7, and a half. A half is point what? Proper. All right? Everybody good here? TikTok, well, I like up that video, share up that video, TikTok. Come on. There we go. Let's see recently, so let's see what number I'm doing here. All right, boom. So an article was bought for 360 after a discount of 10% was given. The cost price of the article, right? So an article was bought for 360 after this discount. So anytime, listen to me, anytime it is after discount and I want to get the cost price of the article, which will be before the discount, you simply divide by the amount of percent the 360 is. This 360, right? This 360 would actually be 100 minus 10. That would be 90%. Are we correct there, Andrew? Is this 360 90%? It is 100 minus the 10%, which is 90%. So to get back, to roll back that figure, all you have to do is divide by 90 over 100, aka 90%. When you are dividing, what do you do? What you are dividing by? You have to flip it and multiply. Okay? Flip it and multiply. For those who don't know why I get the 90%, I'm saying again, I minus this discount of 10% to get 90%, right? So what are we doing here? Cross out this. 9 into 360 will be what? 40. And 40 multiplied by 100, my cost price or my price before the discount would be how much? 400. We good there, guys? Talk to me. We winning or we losing? I ain't here earlier. We winning or we losing? Well, I ain't here earlier. I say, well, what going on? What really going on? Or let's check the YouTube. The YouTube song ain't good, Claire. Hold on, let's check any live to make sure it's clear. Right, clear boy. That song ain't clear than TikTok. The YouTube live song ain't clear than TikTok. Let we go, we winning. Don't allow me to do these things while I go live on YouTube and TikTok. There you go. The cash price of a television set is $350. When bought on hire purchase, a deposit of $35 is required, followed by 12 monthly payments of $30 each. How much is saved by paying cash? So you could roll into the people's store, pay this amount, and roll out the people's store with the television, right? But hire purchase now is a little different. Hire purchase, you're bouncing into the people's store, right? You're going to pay them how much? How much you're paying them? How much you're paying them when you're rolling? $35. Then you're busting out with the people TV. So it's like you pay $35 and you get that TV. But here what you have to do, you have to come back for 12 months. And how much you're paying over that 12 months? How much you're paying? $30 over that 12 months, right? So when we work out this, my higher purchase price, what is it be by? 30 by 12 is what? 360? 35 plus 360 will be 395. So your higher purchase price is actually 395. So therefore, how much is saved by paying cash? Saved would be equal to 395 minus 360, which will give me how much? $45. Yeah, where I get 360 from? So code So this is our repeat, 350, 350. But I coded with that answer. That's our repeat, right? That comes every single year. So there you go. If the simple interest on 900 at 4% per annum for T years is 108. This is my simple interest. So I given already the original formula. The original formula for simple interest would be principal by rate by time over what? 100. So if I want time, I fling in this 100 here. So your edited formula would be simple interest multiplied by 100 over the other two terms here, which will be P and R. You're leaving time on this side. Okay? So let me function. What's my simple interest? Hit my simple interest. What's my simple interest on the 900 at 4%? 108. 108 multiplied by 100 over what's my principal? Hit me. 900 multiplied by what's my rate? 4. So let me cancel some zeros here. Zeros cancel. A sure 9 could go into 108. 9 into 108 is what? 12 or something, so? And? Yeah, 9 into 108 is 12. So what are we doing? 4 into 12 will be, come on. T is equal to 3. Let me function. At the end of any year, a computer is worth 4% less than what it is worth at the beginning of the year. At the end of the year, people. So they said if the computer is worth this amount at the end of the year, this amount at the end of the year, then what is the value at the beginning of the year? This is similar to the discount question, right? Listen, this is similar to the discount question, right? If they give you the value after what it decreased by in worth, right? All you have to do to get back the original value is to divide by the amount of percent that this value is. How much percent is this value? It's going to be 100 minus the 4%. That will be 96%. That's all you have to do to get back the original value. I can't wait to start to teach my standard fives to get them the secret, right? That's all you have to do to roll back your values, right? So this will be 96%, which is 96 over 100. What do we do here? You have to invert and proper. Multiply by 196, 100 over 96. Help me here. What are we doing? What are we reducing here? What could go to 96 by? 4, yeah. I was not going to use 4. 4. What I'll be? 4 into 96 would be 24. And 4 into 100 would be 25. Could 24 go into 4,200? Let me do this as if we were under exam conditions, right? I will do 4 again, right? Let me say 4 into 24 would give me what? 6. And 4 into 4,200 will be what? 4 into 42 is what? Well, 4 into 4 is 1. 4 can't go into 2. 4 into 20 is 5, right? And 4 into 0 is 0. Could 6 go into this? I don't know. So this we just do like if it's exam position conditions, right? What could go here? 2. 2 into 6 is 3. 2 into this is 1. That would be 5. 2 into 5 would be 2, remainder 1. 2 into 10 would be 5, right? Could 2 go into 525 now? 2 could 2 go into 520? So sorry, could 3 go into 525? I do it here. 525. Everything correct so far, right? 3 into 5 would be 1, remainder 2. 3 into 22 would be 7, remainder 1. 3 into 5 would be, 3 into 15 would be 5. So 3 into 525 would be 175. So I need to do 175 multiplied by 25. Where again when you multiply that? You're getting 4, 3, Are you getting 4375? Yes, you would. I just do that because this is a repeater. But if you need to work it out, Father Lord, let me work it out in case somebody know what's going on here. I want to know how I get that. I'm working it out here. 175 multiplied by 25. For all we know, students that still struggle with these things. 5 fives are 25, right? Then 5 by 7 is 35. 2 would be 37. 37 here. 5 by 1 is 5. 5 and 3 is, yep, adding 3, you get 8. 2 by 5 is what? 2 by 5 is 10. You put a 0 here, you add 1. 7 2s are 14. 14 and 1 is 15. Put a 5 here. 1, 2 is 2 and 1 is 3. Right? Put a 0 here. So this would be 5, 7, 8 and 5 will be 13. Put the 3 here, add 1. 1 and 3 is 4. Everybody good there? Are we good here, my children? Answer. Right, let me function. I don't feel comfortable for an answer. Keenan Serrat, what's he seen, bro? And your name very close to mine and my daughter. A man's basic pay for a 40-hour week is 480. Overtime is paid at 25% in excess of the basic rate, right? So, in a certain week, he works overtime and his total wage is $600. Altogether, the number of hours he worked for is what? So for 40 hours, this is what Big Dog working for, right? So could I find the hourly rate? So I'm going to find the basic hourly rate. What that would be? How would I calculate the basic hourly rate? In other words, I need to calculate what he is working for per hour. How I calculate that? Talk to me. Thank you. Thank you. 480 divided by 40. How much is Big Dog working for per hour? How much? $12, right? But they said overtime is paid at a 25%, is paid at 25% in excess of the basic rate. So you actually, for your overtime hourly rate, right? That will be equal to 12 multiplied by 25% increase would be like a quarter of this plus the 12, right? Okay? So a quarter of 12 plus 12, which will be how much? A quarter of 12 will be 3. 3 plus 12 will be $15 is Big Dog's overtime rate. How much money did he make in overtime? How much money did he make in overtime if he worked for 600 in that week? Let me hear all that. OT proper. 600 minus 480, which will give me what? 120 divided by 15. You can divide that. How much again when you divide that? Huh? 8. But did the question ask us how much OT hours Big Dog work? Did the question ask us how much OT hours Big Dog work? Or did they ask us how much hours did he work all together? Right. So all together would be 8 plus what? Proper. 48 hours. Right? C. TikTok, I see all the belting out answers there, but I need to do the working. And you all need to follow the working because you see I'm jumping from here to here to here, right? Follow the working. OT. A little more time. The sum of 7 times a number, 7 times the number A and the number B is written out. Come on. Dog to the food. What's dog to the food? Huh? A. Right? Product. Not product, sorry. 7 times. Times mean to multiply. Right? So, wait. No. What was A? I seen some. Yeah, hey, and watch that. That is how them repeats as catch, man. Because this a repeat, Andrew. You know, I don't think in product. That's how the repeat says catch it as change up one or two. Hey, yeah. Hey, they just usually put product here. The product. So Olive, please look up product boy. Because you know, I don't say product. Me even watching question, I was watching something on my phone, and I don't say any product because I know it's a product question. Olive, please. That is how we could lose marks. Read the question properly. Don't take for granted that it is a repeat. Hey, I have about 60 people on my class. I have 166 on TikTok, right? I don't know how much I have on YouTube. YouTube must have a little bit. 22 people on YouTube, right? Olia, please read your question because they change up one or two little words and it's going to be problems with them words, right? So let me go. Sum. So the sum of seven times a number A and a number B. This is what I thinking. I thinking the sum of seven times a number A and a number B. Or you thinking D or you thinking C? The sum of seven times a number A. Yeah. Watch. Seven times a number A. So it's seven times a number A and the number B. So this is one part, and then you add B, right? Proper. Okay? Seven times a number A, and it's the sum of seven times a number A and the number B. TikTok, excellent. I see all the belting out answers real brisk. Let me go. The algebraic fraction 14a squared b squared over 42a cubed b, written in its simplest form, right? So what we getting rid of, or what we simplifying here first by, let me earlier. Could 14 go into 42? Could 14 go into 42? Could 14 go into 42? 3 times, right? So it's like 14 into 14, 1, no. 14 and 14 is what, no? 14 and 14 is 28, yeah. 28 and 14 will be 42, right? Let me go. What do I do with my powers here? A to the second power into A to the third power would leave me A underneath, right? Or let's see that. The A is going to be underneath. Then B to the first power into B to the second power would leave me would be on top. So this would be B over 3A, right? B over 3A, which would be A. Anybody have any questions here? Anybody have any questions? Right, let me go. So what I need to activate here, right? So I'm going to simplify this first, then I'll put in the negative 1/2, right? So I have 3 to the 2x plus 1, right? Now, I'm going to rewrite 9 to the x power. I'm doing it here. 9 to the x power could be rewritten as 3 to the second power in brackets to the x power, which would actually be 3 to the 2x, right? So that 9 to the x power could be rewritten as 3 to the 2x power, right? So 3 to the 2x power would actually be 1 over 3 to the 2x power, right? So one of the laws you have to activate here is if I have 1 over 3 to the 2x power, this could be rewritten as 3 to the negative 2x power. That is what that could be rewritten as. So let's simplify it first. I'm still going to push to simplify it first, and then I'll put in this bad boy. Let's simplify. So this could be 3 to the 2x plus 1 multiplied by 3 to the negative 2x. Let me hear you all. When I'm multiplying, what do I do with my powers? Let me hear. Ah, come on. Come on. This will be 3 to the 2x plus 1 minus 2x, right? Because it'll be plus negative 2x, which will just be minus 2x, right? So this will be equal to 2x minus 2x cancel. Just be 3 to the 1 power, which is 3. What are you feeling there? That is a lot of workings for that answer, but it is necessary. It is necessary, right? So there you go. This is a repeat. It comes on. Why? What? Oh, a man belting out answers one time, yes? 2x minus 1 equals 35. Hey, all you realize up here, I want to point something to your attention. You all realize this was null and void to the question? All you realize that? And you know, the student, this is a question to keep your tail back. Let me tell you why. Because the student who don't know to do this working, they will go and say, all right, 3 to the 2 by negative a half plus 1 over 1 over 9 to the negative a half. And there's a whole set of bacchanal to work out that, as opposed to knowing how to do this down here. Right? So there we go. What we get rid of first? Can we move this 5? What are we doing with it there? This is June 2025. Well, I want to know what's going on. This will be 35 divided by 5. 2x, I'm flinging this negative 1 over here. When negative 1 goes to the right, what are we doing? X is equal to 8 divided by 2, which is 4. Boom to the bang. Boom to the bang. Somebody just said on TikTok. One of them men that say that. Boom to the bang. Yeah, same thing. Hey, let me tell you something. I've given a little hint here, even though I don't think it will stray from this, right? Now, how I move this 5 here, right? Say I had, watch something, Andrew and Kyle. Say I had plus 2 here is equal to 5. You know, this is wrong to do. You know, it's wrong to carry this 5 to the side if I have plus something here. You will have to multiply into the bracket. Correct. Correct. So that could be a game changer, right? If I had that there. Let me go. The sum of two numbers is 140. If one number is 10 less than 2 times the other number, then the two numbers are what? So the sum of two numbers is 140, right? So 140. If one number is 10 less, so one number is x, and the next number is what? 10 less than 2 times the other. So it's going to be 10 less than 2 times the other. Let me film it there. Let me write it over again. I'll find everything choked up there. X is the original number. Sum means to what? What does sum mean to do? Add, right? So it's going to be x plus 10 less than 2 times the first number or the other number, right? Which is equal to 140. What are we doing here? Hitman. 1x plus 3x is? Well, I say 1x plus 3x is 1x plus 2x is 3x minus. Yeah, bye-bye, son. Okay, just stand there one time now. Let me waste no time. Later, bro. So this will be 140 plus 10. 3x will be equal to 150. Carry the x, the 3 here, x will be equal to 150 divided by 3. So x, which will be the first number, will be 50. But I don't need to figure out nothing else, you know. X is 50, A is the answer. It have no other one with 50 being one of the numbers. Everybody clear there? Proper thing. Proper thing. Right? So let me go, let me go. So let me plug in this now. Hey, this has changed up to it. Hey, the churn on TikTok, the churn in my Google Meet, the churn on YouTube. This question has changed up too. So like plug in, this is A, this is B, right? This is A, this is B. So plug in 2. I try in this one because this one is usually what does B, right? 2 2s are 4. 4 minus B is 4 minus 3 is 1, right? That works. 4 4s are 16. 16 minus 7 will give me what? 16 7 is what? 9. So this is it. It has usually be this, but sometimes it has changed up, eh? Sometimes it does change up. All right? There we go. Yeah, check it all. Please, all I'm begging all. We don't lose no shipping marks tomorrow now. Please. I'm begging all you. Right? What are you doing? If you want 3A, you're multiplying 3 by every single element in this matrix. You gotta multiply 3 by this, 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 3 by this. Which one now be? Which one is? Right A? There we go. There we go. The determinant of our 2 by 2 identity matrix. The identity matrix is A multiplied by D minus B multiplied by C would be 1 minus 0, which is 1. Talk done. The talk is done. There we go, all here. There we go. I drink real coffee today, though. Real coffee I drink today. Twice today. Sad. There we go. Item 29 refers to the following diagram of triangle OLM in which R is the midpoint of OL. If R is the midpoint of OL and T the midpoint of OM, further OR is equal to A and OT is equal to B. So they want TL, right? They want from T to the L. T to the L. T to O to L. We move it with the traffic here. If we go from T to O, we go against the traffic. So this will be negative B plus 2A proper. 2A, right? The whole thing is 2A. Which one now be? That will be B. 2A minus B. Proper thing, my children. Proper thing. Right? Proper thing. There we go. Item 30 refers to the following matrix A, in which A and B are constants. So A is equal to 2A, B negative 2. The matrix A maps the point 2, 5 onto the point Q, which is negative 1, 2. So it's basically when you apply this matrix to the point P written in vector form. My children, vector form is like this, right? Vector form is like this, right? 2 on top, 5 underneath. And this will be equal to Q written in vector form. My children, vector form is like this. You're writing your coordinates vertically, right? So I'm going to write negative 1 and 2. So let we go. Row, watch it. Row by column is going to be equal to this bad boy here. What's the equation? Hit me. 4 plus what? 5A equal to proper, negative 1. Fling this 4 here. Where are you doing it? Right, so that'll be negative 4 minus 1, or if I want to write. So 5A is equal to negative 5. A is equal to negative 5 divided by 5. A is equal to negative 1. God, boy, they really making me do C2, right? So I go to C. Row by this same column here, my children, would be equal to 2. Hit me. How that equation go and look? 5, yeah, sorry, 2B, yeah, 2B, where I get it from. 2B proper. Fling this here. 2B will be equal to 2 plus 10, which is 12, divided here. Positive 6. Positive 6. See? Proper. Very good TikTok. Nah, you ain't feeling maths, why Natty? Natty, you're not feeling maths. Don't come here with that talk. You ain't come here to lose. Did not come here to lose. There we go. So 1 centimeter is equal to 1 over 1,000 kilometers, right? So if I want to change 2.5 kilometers to centimeters, right? It means I'm going from the right back to the left. Anytime I'm going from the right back to the left, do I multiply or do I divide? Divide. So this will be 2.5 km would be equal to 2.5 divided by 1 over 100,000, right? So if I divide it by 1 over 100,000, talk to me, what I have to do? Come on, come on, right? Over 1. So let me go. What I'll be D? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right? 5 zeros. So you're moving your point 5 spaces to the right. 2, 3, 4, 5. 250,000. Let me go. Let's see why. Let's see why, right? It is good to put in the work year long. I saw most earlier. This is like food. This is like food. Nobody should be coming here to now learn these things for the first time as practice, right? So let me go. The surface area of the triangular prism in centimeters, right? How many surfaces are you seeing here? Y'all seen that? 5 surfaces, right? 2 triangles, 3 rectangles, right? So let me go. We hit the triangles. The triangles will be 2 triangles. What's the base of the triangle? Hit me. Multiply by what's the height of the triangle? All over plus, give me the rectangles, all 3. 10 what? I'll put 10 by 6. And then 10 by 6 underneath and 2 of 10 by 5, right? Just to give all the little perspective, right? 10 by, just how this thing will start to go chip it on me now. Hold on, I ain't see it come up yet. It will come up just now. But it's seen here inactive. Because you see it on 57 minutes. Or you look out for it now, a little notification has come up right somewhere here. Right? Look out for it. Once you see that notification, tell me, right? Sometimes I miss it. I be busy teaching. All right, let me go. So, by the way, 6 by 10 will be the rectangle underneath, and 10 by 5 will be the 2 rectangles on the top sides here, right? So, when you work out this wall again, right, this will be 2's cancel here. Well, this will be 24 plus 100, boom, right? So, what this will be 184? 184. I ain't seen it coming up in all here. I get frightened, no. They just lock off the live just so, no. I ain't seen it, boy. All right. All you like up the live now, please. Please like up the live. There you go. At a party, a number of... Hold on, I just patch it down. At a party, a number of guests were served 15 liters of champagne, right? 15 liters of champagne. So what I say now, each guest had 2 glasses of champagne and each glass held 150 milliliters. Assuming no spillage, how many guests were at the party? So each guest got 2 glasses of this, right? So I need to find out how much milliliters each guest getting. How much milliliters would each guest get? Milliliters, right? This is 15 liters. My brothers and sisters, this is Sanka. Right, this is 15 liters. BTW, 1 liter is how much milliliters? Come on. So 15 liters would be equal to 15 multiplied by 1,000. Why is this coming up? 15 multiplied by 1,000, which would be 15,000. 15,000. I get to this other laptop here glitching, by the laptop that I had the YouTube live running on. So this is milliliters. What we doing? We need to find out how much of 300 I could get in here. Because if one guest taking 300 milliliters, one guest is 300 milliliters, I need to find out how much groups of 300 milliliters I could get in 15,000 milliliters. That will tell me how much guests in the people place. Right? How much again there? 50. 50. Very good. Now that multiplier is failure, boy. Somebody saying you cannot multiply. That multiplier is failure. So if the radius of a circular pond in terms of pi is 44 over pi, right? That is the radius of the circular pond, right? Then the distance around the edge of the circular pond in meters is what? Distance around a pond, a circular pond. What is perimeter, aka the distance around? Runs 2 pi r. So that circumference will be 2 multiplied by pi multiplied by 44 over pi. Everybody in agreement with this? Right? So what we could kill here? We could kill this. So again, it does. Let's go. So the perimeter of a square is 56 centimeters. Repeat. If the perimeter of a square, talk to me, Kyle. So one side, Kyle, would be 56 divided by how much sides does a square have? 4. So that would be how much? How much is one side? Huh? How much? 14 proper. 14 centimeters is one side. If I want the area of a square would be side multiplied by side. So 14 multiplied by 14 would be 1 to the 9 to the 6. 1 to the 9 to the 6. Right? There we go. Well, I need some water, boy. That's all. I get some water. Well, come on. Hey, watch this thing here. Cool, man. Loud if I see anything coming up there. I like TikTok. Real gracious tonight. Hey, all the feeling, all the feeling like I'm going past this with flying colors. That all the feeling? Mm-hmm. You get that? There we go. So they said item 36 refers to the following diagram of a trapezium, right? So a trapezium, we have two parallel sides here. We have our height as h. They said if the area of a trapezium, KLMN, is 80 centimeters squared, then the height h is which one of these? So let me line up the area of a trap. Area of a trap. What will be area of a trapezium? That will be equal to a half A plus B. What is A and what is B? Proper. The two parallel sides, right? So they're saying that once I plug in this bad boy here, this will be common A, this will be common B, right? I plug in them two bad boys, and my height as H, I could put it equal to this bad boy. All agree? Okay. So this would be 1 over 2 by 12 plus 20, the two parallel sides, multiplied by height is equal to 80, right? So when you work out all this way again, a half of what? 32? A half of 32 is what? A half of 32 is what? 16, right? So 16, you're going to divide. So H will be equal to 80 divided by 16. Come on. Come on. Come on. There we go. I'm going over this mistake here, boy. Item 37 refers to this bad boy here, right? So they said the following diagram, which shows a compound solid shape that consists of a triangular prism with a height of 3. So this height here is 3 centimeters resting on a rectangular base. Okay, thank you. The volume of a compound shape. This is food, right? The volume of a compound shape is the area of the cross section multiplied by the distance between the two cross sections, right? How do we find the area of this cross section? I'm seeing that this is a square. So that means this is 6 centimeters also. So what's the area of the square underneath here? The area of the square will be 6 multiplied by 6, which is 36 centimeters squared. Everybody agrees? What is the area? What is the area of the triangle, my children? 6 by, so it's going to be base, which is 6. Your base here is 6, guys. Your base here is 6. 6 multiplied by 3 all over 2 base multiplied by height divided by 2, which will give me what? 6 3s are 18. 18 divided by 2 is 9 centimeters squared. So the area of my face would be 9 plus 36, which will be what? 9 plus 36, which is 44, multiplied by 10, that would be what? 440? 440? So what? This is 45 then? Yeah, this is 45. I have somebody to say 45 and even check it. 450. 9 plus 36 is 45, right? Isn't it half? Yes, dummy. Half base multiplied by height is the same as base multiplied by height divided by 2. It is the same thing, right? There we go. A pilot left a country A to travel to country B. The time on his watch is 22:50 hours. The distance between country A and B is 3,000 kilometers, which the pilot covers at an average speed of 625 kilometers per hour for the entire journey. Assuming that both countries are in the same time zone, meaning that when I add the amount of hours, it has no difference in time, right? So there we go. We want the time that the pilot is going to arrive, right? So speed is the original formula. Speed is equal to distance over. So in order to find time, I'm going to carry t here. I'm going to bring s here. So time would be equal to distance over speed. What is my distance here, my children? What is my speed? This had to work out to be something flat. 625 into 3,000 as well. Anybody work it out? Or again, anything flat? Let me start with 25 now. 25 into this as well. 25 into 625, I think it's 25. Right? 25 here. And 25 into 30 is 1. Remainder 5. 25 into 50 is 2. 25 can't go into 0. Could 25 go into 20? 120, sorry. 25 are coming down here. 120 over 25. I correct here so far, right, guys? Let me check it over. 25 into 625 is 25. 25 into 30 is 1. Remainder 5. 25 into 50 is 2. 25 into 0 is 0. Right, so there you go. Let's use 5 again now. 5 into 25 is 5. 5 into 120. 5 into 12 will be 2. Remainder 2. 5 into 20 is 4. All right? So 24 over 5. How much times 24 could go into 5? 4 times? 4 times, right? 4, remainder 4, 4 and 4/5. So this will be 4 hours and 4/5 of an hour. What is 4/5 of an hour? 4/5 of 60. We're getting there. Let me make sure 5 into 60 will be what? 12? So this will be 48 minutes. So we're dealing with 4:48. All right? So when we add this bad boy, 22:50 plus 4:48, what are we getting by? This would come to, so this is 22:23:00, right? then 01, 02. Actually, when you add this, when you add 50 to 48, you get more than an hour. So that's all. Let me get some space here. Yeah. All right, that's all. That's all. That's all. Let me deal with them bots. Who's the bots here? Who's the bots? So I just know who's bots. Could I mute the entire live? One thing. Who are the bots? Or let us say some bots give me trouble in this chat. Me even watching that. I just teaching. How to make people moderators. I don't know how to make people moderators here now. Jesse, you want to help me? No, Jesse look like Jesse. Nah, Jesse, we gotta get rid of Jesse. Block the account. Block Jesse. So we block Jesse. Who's our next bot here? Vicky and Ashley. Ashley's our bot. Who else? Ashley and Vicky. Where them bots coming from, boy? I block Ashley. Who else is our bot? Look at next Ashley here. Hey boy, this is work boy. Yeah, true believer, I got mod here. I'm looking for somebody to be I'm modding true. What doing that? True, I know how to mod here, boys. Jed, I know how to mod people. Say that again? Yeah, I know they could put you out your own chat. Right, let me go. Nah, let me leave it so. As I see about this done, man. Let me go. We wasting time here. I ain't come here to lose. What we come here to do? Wait, boy. That win song in. Wow. Come here to win, boy. Right, let me go. This is 2250. Right, and this is 448. I'll find this person looking like this is our next bot here. Where them things come from, boy? Hey, how to mute the whole damn life, yes? Mute entire life. Oh no, that's just muting one person. Yeah, boy, I don't have time for this now and all. Yeah. I wish I had a way to just mute lock panel. Could I just lock panel? What I mean? What lock panel mean? No. Ole help me now, boy. That's all. Give me 1 second, Nick. 1 second. Let me see if I can see what's going on here. Only 1 second. Don't go. Let me see if I could. Look. Amelia's our next one. Yeah, boy. Best all go on YouTube live, you know. Them bots are all coming in, boy. Hey, Ole, I can't study that, no. I had a teach, boy. I had a teach earlier. Yeah, I have a next paper to do, and we doing it. I am doing the next paper tonight. Let me go. Yeah, we go. That's how to ignore them, you know. We'll just have to ignore them. Ole, ignore them now. Yeah, I don't see no way to block them thing. Ole, just ignore them now. Yeah, just ignore them. Look, tap comment settings, follow our find allow comments, turn off the switch, right? So let me see. Somebody trying to get my little right. All seeing comments anyway here. That's all. If we have the circle on right, more chat settings. Yeah. We find something here. Allow comments. Right. Boom. Right. That's it. Eh? Live chat. Show on. Look, I think it stopped means no more chat means no more. Yeah, it stopped. Right. Boom. There we go. There we win. People trying to make me lose. You come here to lose. Right. So let's have no more chatting. No more chatting here, right? I just see when people come in and stuff. So there we go. Look, you have something on your lips. Huh. Father Lord. There we go. Yeah, no, but I need to leave this here to see when TikTok wants anything. And I can delete it. Nah, can't do nothing there. Nah, I don't need to block nothing. I don't tick on my chat here, brother. My chat done off. Now go to start steady, right? Let go. We wasting time. 2250 448, right? So we need to add this, but watch something. This is very important, right? If I have 50 plus 48, how much I'll get? 50 plus 48 would actually be 98. 98 would be how much minutes and how much hours. That's what I want to find out. So let me put the 98 here. Right. 98 would actually be like an hour. So I can add that hour here and 38 minutes here. Right? So 22 plus 4 would be 22, 23. After the 23 hour, you go back to 0, 0. Then you have 1. Then you have 2. And then add this one up, you have 3. So this is going to be 0, 3, 8, 8, which would be D. Everybody good there? There we go. Them bots come and show you up. This is a repeat here, but still read them, please, guys, because these repeats, you never know, eh? So, Miss Ray recorded mode. This one is mode. Sometimes be median. Right, mode, yeah, because they only want most often. The one that appears the most. Your share the live, like up the live, please. Tiki Taki. Share the live, like up the live, please. Right, there you go. So they want how many students scored at most 45 marks. At most 45 marks. So we're talking about 45 or more. 45 or more? 45. So it's like up to 45. 45 or less, right? So how many students scored 45 or less? So we're looking for 45. Right? 45 marks will be here. How much are looking like, boy? I going up to here. Now looking like in between here. So what we counted in this will be 180, right? So we counted in what first? 64, 68, 72, 76. So we looking in between 164 and 168. That'll be what? 166. This I repeat too. I remember doing this question yesterday. The median mark scored by 200 students, right? The median mark of the 200 students, it will just be n divided by 2, which is 200 divided by 2. We're looking for the 100 students mark, right? My 100 students will be in between here. So let me go. 100, boom, and we coming down here. This will be 35, right? This will be what? How much it look like? 37.5. Now I find looking like this is 37, this is 38. I in between here, 37.5. 37.5. Let me go. So the mean of four numbers, 4 plus 8 plus x plus 12, all over how much numbers? Mean, yeah, your mean is an average. So you're adding up all and you're dividing by what? What are you dividing by? You're dividing by the amount of numbers, and then this will be equal to 10. So they say that the mean is 10. What do you do with the 4 when you carry it over here? Right, and then let's add these numbers. You're adding 4 plus 8 plus 12. That'll give me what? 24? 24 plus x is equal to 10 multiplied by 4, which is 4. When you carry 24 here, what we do with it? 40 minus 24, which will be what? 16? Proper. You don't get bots and thing on anyway, me really how much people on YouTube. I only seen about 32 people on YouTube. I see about YouTube don't have plenty, but here have plenty, so that's why here get on foolish. Right. So items 43 and 44 refers to this thing here, right? Points of note, you have 720 students in the class, right? Okay. So this is 90 degrees, 30%, 36 degrees. How many students play cricket or football? Cricket or football? I need to figure out how much degrees here. What's the first thing I need to find? What is the first thing I need to find here, guys? Talk to me. Basketball. So basketball will be 30% or 30 over 100 multiplied by how much degrees do we have in a complete revolution? Killer 0. Killer next 0. 3 by 3, 6 is what, by? Sorry, 36 multiplied by 3, which is 108, right? 108 here. So this here, my children, will be 108 degrees. So in order to find out what cricket would be, what do I do? Proper. 360 minus football, basketball, and tennis. How much degrees represent cricket? And that's still not the answer, final answer there. How much degrees represent cricket? Or you know what could I do? You know what's that easier working I could I do? I could just do 360 minus because we trying to find for football and cricket, right? So I could just do 360 minus 108 plus 36. How much degrees this will be? How much degrees this will be? 360, for those who are not sure, minus 108 would be, you borrow 1 here. So this will be 10 minus 8 would be 2. 5 minus 0 would be 5. 3 minus 1 would be 2. 2, 5, 2 represents these. No, that represents this full thing, football or cricket. 2, 5, 2. So it'll be 2, 5, 2 over 360 multiplied by 720. Right? That's how I got to work this bad boy. And 360 can go into this. 360 to 720 as well. Full 2. So 252 multiplied by 2 will give me what? We're getting there. We're getting there. 504. 2 2s are 4. 5 2s 10. 2 4 and 1. 504. 504. For those who are not sure what the hell Mr. Sarah did here, I needed to find how many students play cricket or football. Cricket or football will be these two areas here, right? So what did I do? I minus 108 plus 36 from 360. So I know that cricket and football is represented by 252 degrees, sorry. So 252 degrees over 360 will tell me what fraction of the 720 students actually played cricket or football, right? Proper thing, right? A student is picked at random from the group. What is the probability that the student plays neither tennis nor football? Neither tennis nor football, right? So we're talking about who play cricket or basketball. Wait, but I still need to go and find out who play cricket, by. Or do you realize that? I still have to go and find out who play cricket, tennis, and football. So we want the probability that our students play. No, neither tennis nor football will be these two. So I can do what cricket will be by anybody had work on cricket initially? 126, right? So it'll be 126 plus 108, right? 126 plus 108 over 360. We're trying to figure out what's the probability that the student plays neither tennis nor cricket. So we're trying to figure out how much students out of the 720 play neither tennis nor football. If they're not playing tennis or football, what does that mean? It means they're playing cricket or basketball, right? So that's why I did 126 plus 108. When you add up these two bad boys, again, 234 over 360 multiplied by 720 over 1. What is this? 2. When you multiply 234 by 2, hit me. 234 by 2. 468 out of 720. God, boy, this is working. Anybody reduce it? You gotta reduce and reduce and reduce. Or we can start with by 4. 4 could go into this. Yeah, I know the answer is 13 over 20, but I want to help these students that have no idea how to reduce this, right? If you have no idea how to reduce this, my advice is to probably start with 2, boy. That's always the most advisable thing to do. Start with 2. So this will be 2 into 4 is 2. 2 into 6 is 3. 2 into 8 is 4. 2 into 720 is what? 360. We run in 2 again. So this will be 1. 2 into 3 is 1 remainder, 117. 2 into 360 would be what by 180. Then what could go into 17 here? What could go into 17? Is it 9? 9, yeah. 9. So 9 into 180 would be 20, and 9 into 117 would be 13, right? That is how you work this. So your answer would be 13 over 20. That is for the student who have no idea how to go about reducing 468 over 720. All right? Which of the following represents a linear function? A linear function is y is equal to mx plus c, that is 8. Now we keep it moving. This is repeat land. The coordinates of the maximum point, hit me. 2,4. X-axis value first, my children. X-axis value first, y-axis value second, right? 2, comma. Huh? Let me make sure. 44, yeah, we skipped 2 questions. I trying to speed. Let go. The equation of a straight line. Wait, what going here? Right. So the equation of the line that crosses the vertical axis at 0, 5. Your vertical axis, my children, will be your y-axis, right? So you have your y-axis, you have your x-axis, right? So this line is crossing the vertical axis at 0, 5, which is somewhere here. And it said the gradient is 4, right? So a positive gradient is going up like this way, right? So my y-intercept would be what? C would be equal to, and my gradient is, y is equal to mx plus c. Y is equal to mx plus c. This is the form for the equation of a line, right? M is 4, C is 5. M is 4, C is 5. That's how I got this. The point where a linear function crosses the vertical axis is a linear function crossing the vertical axis will be my what? Y-intercept. Basically, where a line busting through that y-axis, we call this the y-intercept. Boom. There we go. What you seeing? What you have there in your hand? Let me see. Let me see what you have in your hand. What you have in his hand there? That's a tab? All right. No problem. Yeah, no problem. He should have just explained that. Let go. Which of the following functions is undefined at the point x is equal to -2? Undefined means that your denominator is equal to, where denominator is equal to 0. So which one are we talking about? This one? -2 plus 2 would be 0. All right. So g of -1, right? So you need to find g of -1 first. G of -1 would be -1 squared plus 1, which will give me what? -2, +2, right? +2. There we go. Right, repeat land. We just call it repeat land, right? Hey, common mistake. That is a mistake that some of y'all will make, right? You will put our answers to, and it's supposed to be g of -1, which will be equal to g of 2, right? So now we're going to plug 2 into this, which would be 2 squared plus 1, which will give me 5. That's a very common mistake, eh? Look out for it. In a parking lot, $1 plus 0.25 for every hour or part thereof, A, or part thereof for which a vehicle is parked. The function C, which one are we talking about? $1 plus 0.25. Wait, is $1 plus 0.25 for every hour. What is saying the answers? B is $1 plus 0.25 for every hour. So you pay $1 as you reach, and then every hour you're paying 25 cents. Cool? We're 52. In what? You see how the wording different here? The wording is different. So I pay attention to it. Oh, yeah. Correct. So they switch it up on all there. Wicked. Right. So which one of these we could plug 2 in and get 5? Which one of them we could plug 2 into and get 5? This one? Let me just check 5. Plug 5 into it, you'll get 8. Yeah, correct. Right? E. Talk done. What is this here? Food. What is this? Reflection. Which of the following polygons are the sum of the exterior angles? Which of the following polygon is the sum of the interior angles twice the sum of the exterior angles, right? So interior angles is twice the sum of... No, I think the answer is B. I think the answer is B. So watch it. It's 360, sorry, over x, that's the exterior angles, is twice the sum of the interior angle, which is 180 minus x. No, all right, now wrong. Is n, watch it. Watch, I can check it. Is n minus 2 multiplied by 180, right? Is equal to the sum of the interior angles is twice the sum of the exterior angles. 360 over n, right? So is this true? This will be, let me test something. Let me test a hexagon, right? So if you have a hexagon, right, and you have the interior angle, let's say 120, and the exterior angle, notice this is sum. So this will actually be, this will be 6. So yeah, the interior angle will be like 120, and the exterior angle will be 60. Right? The sum of the interior angles is twice the sum, yeah. So this will be it. It would be the hexagon, right? It would be the hexagon. You sure? we didn't check it, yeah. So let me check it. That's all. God, boy. Yeah, 5 minus 2 by 180. So the sum of this interior angles will be, now why studying the CXC really wanted to check all this by? Let me just check this one, right? So this will be what? 3 by 180 is what? 3 by 180 is what? To 360 plus 180. 540. Yeah, 360 plus. Yeah, that why I saying this wrong. Yeah, come on, yeah, come on. I remember it was hexagon. So the exterior for doing me 5 again, right? 360 over 5. So this is one exterior angle, so it'll be 5, right? So it'll be like 360. So that's wrong. This wrong. The answer would be the hexagon, right? It's definitely not the triangle, it's definitely not the quadrilateral. They can rule out this, right? They can rule out this. So between these two, hexagon will be the answer when you work it out, right? Okay, let we go. Let me move. What going on here? There's a translation. How much you going by? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right? So -5 to the left, and then you're going 3 up, positive 3. Right? Everybody good there? What are you asking for? Let me make sure. Huh? Yeah. So it's a translation. Excellent. So A. Why we do this question every day, boy? Every day. Which circle question? It's frustrated. Yeah, boy, it's frustrated. It's frustrated. Come, let me beat out repeat line and let we go on to 2026 one time, right? So we hit the repeat line here. So the point P, which is 2, -3, is rotated about the origin through an angle of 90 degrees in an anti-clockwise direction. What are the coordinates of the image P, right? So if I plot this, right, watch it. If I plot this, so 2, -3 will be underneath here, right? And then I rotated 90 degrees in an anti-clockwise direction. So it's like you're going boom, and then you're coming here. So this becomes the -3 comes here, and then it's -2. This will be, oh, this is clockwise, correct. So anti-clockwise will be up here. So it'll be, you're coming this way. So it'll be 2 and +3. Here, this is 90 degrees, right? 2 and +3. The answer would be B. Not this one. That was clockwise I was going. Right? There we go. Yeah. Sure. There we go. Sign all the feeling. Right. So in the right angle triangle above, the trigonometric ratio is 4/8. What's this here, boy? Decline. 4/8, right? So 4/8, what we dealing with? X. So we're dealing with opposite. Yeah, opposite over hypotenuse, right? So that would be sine X. Sine X is what we're working with, right? Let me go to 58. This is an enlargement. What's the scale factor? Let's track 2 of the coordinates, right? 2 of the coordinates. Here is 1, right? Here is 1, and here's 2. So my scale factor would be multiplying by 2. Proper. A plane is flying in the direction of 45, oh well, 0, 45 degrees and changes course in a clockwise direction. So it's like you have a north line, this plane is moving here, 45 degrees. And then it changes direction to 135. I'm feeling like I'm getting sick, boy. That's too much work, boy. Right, so this will be 135. So how much a turn here? 135 minus what? Minus 45. That'll be how much a turn. Now, the key to these bearings is if you do not bearing, you always start from the north line. So if I say a bearing of 45 and then it changes direction to a bearing of 135, 135 will start at the north line again, right? So you have 135, then you have 45. You minus it to where again? 90. Last question. Right. So they want to know, estimate the height of the building, right? We know here is 1.6, right? So we need to figure out what from here to here would be, right? So we're doing what? We're doing opposite over adjacent. Yeah, this is 12. This is 12, right? So this is 12 meters. Opposite over adjacent, that would be tan. So tan 40 would be opposite, which is what we're trying to find. So like put opposite over adjacent, which is 12. You carry 12 there, what you going to do? Multiply it. So it'll be 12 tan 40 plus the 1.6. Which one is B? There you go. One time. We ain't sticking that. We ain't sticking. Yeah, Ola, take a, I honestly think I need to take a shower, boy. I'm feeling a little frustrated. Ola, give me 10 minutes now. TikTok, Ola, give me 10 minutes. YouTube, give me 10 minutes now. Nobody don't come off. And I'll even all the volume on here. If all see anything come on here, we're talk about dormant, right? Shout out now. Shout out and sir, come this thing on end. I'm gonna take a I need to take a shower, boy. I ain't changed since I come home from work. I ain't get to change. Hey, Cynthia, good night, good night. No, I don't have those papers. Really sorry. Was actually doing a class when you called. All right, guys, I'm gonna take a shower. TikTok, or I can take a little break, eat something. But come, don't leave, don't leave. All right? YouTube, don't leave. Take a little break. Can't mute nothing here. The amount of things I've got to mute. Tell me things muted. I'll just be quiet in the background. I need to shower fast. Oh, they were saying something nearby. I was saying somebody saying something. Oh, all right. This is 2026. I come back. There you go. Everybody there? Hello, hello. I seen something there. Ask me to appeal something here. You know what's that? All right, TikTok, like up that live there, tiki-taki. There you go. What's the time now? 9:08 by 9:30 we done. Not 9:30, sorry, by 10:30. Nah, before that, by 10. Right. I want answers, eh? The number 3.1406 written correct to 3 decimal places will be what? Lock off here. D, right? This 6 is 5 or greater, so you have to add a 1. So you're going to get D. No, not D, you get B. 3 decimal places, right? Using the distributive law, right? If I have 49 multiplied by 17 plus 49 multiplied by 3, it will be 49 proper multiplied by 17 plus 3, which is 49 multiplied by 28. There we go. In standard notation, 208.6 is written as what? In standard notation, you want to get this decimal point to the right of the first significant figure, right? So this will be 2.0806 multiplied by 10 to the power of 2. It is C. Excellent. Hold on, huh? What's going on TikTok? Huh? Hold on, huh? When you're going to the left, it's positive. When you're going to the right, it is negative. All right. Hold on. Well, my YouTube still up? I'm trying to check it here and I'm not seeing it. Like YouTube stop streaming. YouTube, are they still there? YouTube. Yeah, man. That 36 people on YouTube, boy. What the hell? All right, let you go. Big up YouTube. I was just checking to see if all is still there. So in base 10, the value of the digit 2 in the numeral 4231 in base 8. Now remember what I told you all for this, right? This is going to be 2 multiplied by 8 because it's base 8 to the power of, where can you count these digits? If it's 1, this will be to the first power. Right. This would be to the first power, second power, right? This will be the first, sorry, this will be 0, 1, 2, second power, right? Okay? Remember, this is 0 power, first power, second power. So this will be 2 multiplied by 64. So this will be 128, right? Right. So item 5 refers to the following table, which shows the relationship between the number of matches an umpire officiates during a T2 cricket tournament and the amount of money he earns, right? So you have after 3 matches, this is the amount earned, 4 matches, this going up the road, right? If the pattern continues, how much money would the umpire receive if he officiates at 8 matches, right? So what will be 7? What are you going to buy here? What are you going to buy? Plus what? Plus 12 here also? Plus 12, so like plus 24. Where you get when you're plus 24? 121. Talk done. "40 students in a class, girls make up 60% of the class." Like find 60% of them that class one time. Yeah. You sure? Look at CSEC January 2026 here. Look at there, bro. Yeah, look at there, bro. Look at there, brother. Me know. Look, 19 January 2026 AM. Yeah, this is Jan 2026, bro. Yeah. Right, 60% of 40. How much girls in the class, boy? How much girls in the class? And how much percent of those girls wear glasses? What percentage of the girls are? 25%. That'll be 25 over 100 multiplied by 24, which is like a quarter of 24, right? This is 1, this is 4. 4 into 24 would be 6. 6. Right? So we're going to again, number of elements in A will be equal to M. Then the number of subsets of A can be expressed as TikTok. I like up that video, eh? Number of subsets. So number of subsets would be 2 to the power of M. Right? It's 2 to the power of the number of elements in the set, right? The number of elements in the set. Given that A is equal to 1, 3, 6, 8, going straight up to 15, and B is equal to 6, 9, 12, which of the following statements about A and B is true? B is a subset of A because all the elements of B are in A. So B is a subset of A. This, I think this was one of the easiest papers I see in a while. This 2026. How many so according to the diagram, the number of elements in X union Y complemented. They want the number of elements in X union Y complement. How many elements are not in here? How many elements are? 11. When you count them, you get 11, right? You're counting 1, 2, 3, 4 going down the road, right? Write the following, which of the following statement best describes the elements of the subset X intersect Y prime? And if in this Venn diagram above, I want to know which Venn diagram you're talking about. X intersect what is not in Y. So that means it is in X, but it's not in Y. It's in X, but it's not in Y. Which numbers are we talking about? In X, but not in Y. Right? In X, but not in Y. 2, 1, and 4 be what? The factors of 4? Yeah, 2, 1, and 4 would be the factors of 4. That best describes the element in that set. Which of the following subsets are disjoint? Meaning disjoint means they do not join. Could even numbers ever be odd? They are disjoint. They never intersect. Right? Right. So you have also all the students in the class playing Scrabble or checkers, right? So this can be right. This can be right. This can be right. Right? Or let's see what's going on there. I didn't even need to read that question. Honestly, now, I did not need to read this question because they say all the students in the class playing Scrabble or checkers. So that means everybody's supposed to be in them circles. I don't even have time to waste on that. So excluding sales tax, how much will be saved when a video costs $12 is sold at 20% discount, right? Excluding sales tax, how much will be saved when a video which costs $12 is sold at 20% discount? How much will be saved? I don't understand this question. Excluding sales tax, right? How much will be saved? Like find 20% of this. 0, 2 into this 5. 5 into 12 is what? 5 into 12 will be 2 and 2/5, which will be 2.4. Yeah? Is that, is that, yeah, it's a strange question, but that's the answer. Because that's what you're saving. If you get this 20%, that's how much you're saving. You're saving $2.40. Right? Yeah, that's it, David. That is it. At a store, hold on, eh? What number that was? 13? Yeah, I had the answers here. 13 saying C. There you go. At a store, 3 cents on every dollar spent is charged as sales tax, right? 3 cents on every dollar. How much is paid as sales tax on a costume which costs $196, right? 3 cents on every dollar. So let's multiply what? Let me hear what it's saying here. 196 multiplied by what? 3 cents. So I write in 3 cents. Let me hear it. Proper, not 0.3, 0.03. So we can move this decimal point twice. That means you have to move this point twice too. So it'll be one. No, this is not division. Hold on. You could drop the decimal places, multiply it, and put back, right? This is not division, this is multiplication. Hold on. So 0.03. So drop the decimal points, you do 196 multiplied by 3. Then you need to put back the 2 decimal places, right? 196 multiplied by 3 is what, by? That'll be 588. 588. Yeah. Put back the 2 decimal places. 1, 2. 5.88. How much is paid on our sales tax, right? So this is just the sales tax they're asking us for. Everybody clear there? It's just the sales tax they are asking us for. So there we go. The cash price of a television set is $350. Hey, what is this? Does that repeat? I waste the time on no repeat that we just do. If we do it last night, I might have do it over. Right? A loan of $8,000 was paid back in 2 years. The monthly payments of $400. The interest on the loan as a percentage was what? So you pay back over 2 years. How much months we have in 2 years? 24. So 24 multiplied by 400 will be how much? How much you paying back? Everybody work this out? 4,800, you sure? Nah. 9,600. Yeah. That's okay, bro. 9,600, right? 9,600. So what your interest is? Your interest is 9,600 minus that 8,000. And what I'll give me? I'll give me 1,600. So they want the interest as a percent, interest on the loan as a percent, right? So that'll be 1,600 over the initial amount. Multiply by 100. What we getting here? What I want to do? 16 could go into 18? Can 16 go into 18? Yeah, 5 times. Somebody tell me once. Into 80. 16 into 80 is 5, and then 5 into 100 is what? 20? Talk done. That's the interest on the loan. A man pays 60 cents for every 200 meters cube. We do this one last night. You need to find how much 200 meters cube we have in this. How much we got? 165. Yeah, was 165. 2 into this is 165. And it's 60 cents for every 200 meters cube. So it'll be 165 multiplied by 0.6. All right. So you drop the decimal point, 60 cents is 0.6, multiply by 6. So again here, you get 1375, and then no, they put back the 2, they put 2 decimal places back. All right. So my answer here will be 1, 2. So it'll be 1375. Okay? Because remember, 60 cents. Yes, it's 60 cents. So you have to put back 2 decimal places, right? It's 60 cents. There we go. All the time, all the week. Well, all the feeling. All the feeling. There we go. The percentage profit gained by a shopkeeper who bought a football for $15 and sold it for $18, right? The percentage profit gain, he made $3. So it will always be the profit made over the original amount, right? Multiplied by 100. What was the profit gain? 5 into 100 is? A man's basic wage for a 40-hour week is $16,160. He is paid $5 per hour for overtime. He works 6.5 hours of overtime in a certain week. Then his wage for the week is what? So 6.5 multiplied by 5 will be what? 30. So I do 6 by 5, I get 30, and then half of 5 is 250. So 3250 will be his overtime. So it'll be 160 plus 3250, which will give me what? Proper. Anybody have any questions there? Huh? Let's go. The amount accumulated on 2,500 invested for 2 years at a rate of 5% per annum compound interest is what? This is now repeat. So we go down accumulated investment, right? So you want the amount accumulated, which will be the total amount, right? So it'll be 2,500 multiplied by 105% will give me the amount gained or the amount earned at the end of year 1. What does it be? This I repeat. We just do this. Yeah, what was the answer? Anybody remember the answer? 26, 25, what is sure? Yeah, I feel like it wasn't this. Hey, let me do the question, eh? When you multiply this again, 5 5 is 25. 0 by 5 is 0. 0 plus 2 would be 2. 1 5 is 5. Then 2 by 5, 10. 2 by 0 is 0 plus 1 is 1. 1, 2 is 2. So you're getting 5, 2, 6, 2. So 2, 6, 2, 5 multiplied by 105 over 100. When you work out this, right, what we gonna do, boy? We gonna do 5 into this will be 2, 1, 21. 5 into this is 20. 5 into this bad boy would be 4. 5 into this bad boy is what? 5, 2, 5. 5 to 5 multiplied by 21 will give me what? Somebody multiply 5 to 5 by 21 now. 0. 11,025. 5 to 2 are 4. 4 and 1 is 5. Right. Yeah, again, 5 to 0, 11,025. And then you have to divide this by 4. So there you go. 4 into 11 would be 2. Remainder what? 3. 4 into 30 is 7. Remainder 2. 4 into 22 is 5. Remainder 2. 4 into 25 is 6. Remainder 1. So it's 22,756 and a quarter. A quarter is 0.25. So let's see. Right? So Megan normally saves X dollars each month, but August she saved $4 less than twice her usual amount. August she saved what? So she said saved X dollars, so she saved $4 less than. Come on, what kind of easy question is that? $4 less than twice her usual amount. Moving fast here, boy. What's the answer here? You're multiplying this 2, 3 minus 2x minus 2. So this will be what? Negative 2x plus 1. D. Negative 2x plus 1 can be written as 1 minus 2x. There we go. M is 5, N is 2. Hit me, hit me. Hit me. What's the answer? 5 cubed minus 2 squared. Square root of what? 125 minus 4. 121. Square root of 121. Given that 39 people work 5 hours per day, working at 5 hours per day can repair a road in 12 days. In how many days will 30 people complete the same repairs if they work 6 hours per day at the same rate, right? So 39 people take 5 hours, so one person would take 39 multiplied by 5. How long one person taken? How long one person taken? Wait. 39 people take 5 hours to repair a road in 12 days. No. The 12 kind of irrelevant to the question, because it's at the same rate. Right? So one person will take 39 multiplied by 5, which is how much? How much again there? 195. One person taken 195 hours. So 30 people, it's an inverse variation, right? 30 people would take 195 divided by 30. This could work out. I wonder if I correct here by 13. All right, let me see. 30. 5 into 30 is 6. 5 into this will be what by 5 into this 5 into 19 would be 3 remainder 4. 5 into 45 is 9. Something I do wrong here, boy. Hold on. Yeah, I know watching now. Something I do wrong here, boy. I thought the 12 was irrelevant to the question. Let me read it again. Given that 39 people work 5 hours per day. Oh, yes, yeah. Yeah. Correct. 39. Hey, last time I messed up the same question. 39 people work for 5 hours per day. We're working for 5 hours per day, can repair the road in 12 days, right? In how many days? So we don't know D. So it's 39 multiplied by 5. 39 people work for 5 hours per day, can repair a road in 12 days. Yeah, no, yeah. Yeah, I don't know why I do here, boy. So 12 by 5 would be upper 60 hours. That's the lateness getting to my boy. After 9, like right, 60 by 39 will give you what? 2340. Yeah, this was it, right? And what we do now, what we need to do next, right? 20. Right. So 30 multiplied by the days, right? 30 people, 30 days, right? Multiply by, so is 180 multiplied by D, which will be the amount of days, is equal to 2340. So what we do? We dividing this here? That's all. Yeah, that's all. Thing gonna cut off here. Y'all, let my brain glitch there. My brain glitch for this one, but that's small thing. All right. So we divide them by the 180 here to get what? You get 30 when you divide this? Zeros cancel. 18 into 234, that will be 1 here, remainder 5 here. All right, that will be 13. C is the answer. I tab this question for the second time, you know. Why it's still saying this? Hold on. All right. Yeah. So the 12 by the 5 give us 60 hours. It's 39 people. So the 39 people will take 2340. So they want to know the 30 people. Well, 30 by 6 would be 180. And you need to multiply by the amount of days. And it's supposed to be equal because that's the same rate, right? So they bring a little glitch here. Let me go. You ain't seen nothing here. So let me see what's the answer. 5 to the n plus 1 multiplied by 5 to the n plus 2. What do we do with the powers here? Add the powers. So 5 to the n plus 1 plus n plus 2. So this will be 5 to the 2n plus 3. Right? I believe that's B. Yeah, 2n plus 3. Right? I'm taking the printer dread here, boy. All right. Right, let go. So 3 plus x over 2 is equal to 1. What's the value of x, right? Repeat, where do you carry the 3 there? You'll have x over 2 is equal to 1 minus 3. X over 2 is equal to negative 2. X is equal to 2 multiplied by negative 2 multiplied by 2. When you carry 2 there, x is equal to negative 4. Proper. Right, this I repeat. 2 by q, which is negative 2.5. Hold on. Find my back side and hood. So I'm going to raise this table. Right. 2 multiplied by negative 2.5 minus p, which is 3.7. You're multiplying 2 by this and 2 by this, right? So that'll be negative 4.10 minus 3.7. Hitman. No, look, I put 3 over 7. Are we there? So this will be equal to negative 7, and 10 minus 7 would be 3. Negative 7, 3 would be D. Repeat. You want to go from E to G. So what's the route you're taking? M to H and H to... Right, K plus M or M plus K. I find this, outside of that little question why I glitch on there, I find this paper was a very easy paper this year. So one P, Q, and S. So let's see what's going on here. P would be equal to what? 3. So it's either one of these two bad boys, right? So Q plus 2 will be equal to 1. So when you carry the 2 on the next side and minus it, Q will be negative 1. So the answer is D. Yeah, Q is negative 1. Proper. Determinant A multiplied by D, B multiplied by C. Right? So that'll be what? Negative 8 minus 7, which will be what? Negative 15. OB, what OB is? This last year was the easiest paper I have seen in years. If the circumference of a... Yeah. January. I find this was one of the easiest exams we've had in a while. So if the circumference of the circle is 15 centimeters, then the length of the minor arc AB in centimeters is, so the circumference is 15, right? Then the length of the minor arc AB in centimeters, right? Which are we still talking about here? The minor arc will be from here to here. So you want to know what fraction of the circumference is this piece here, right? So we're dealing with 120 over 360 multiplied by 15. I tell you, this was the easiest here. I hope it come easy. So again, I really hope it come easy. But then all the papers before this here even easier. Volume of a water tank has a volume of this, the capacity of water in liters. 1 liter is equal to how much centimeters cubed? What somebody say? Right, 1,000. So it come like a divided by 1,000 here, 172. In a rectangular plot, repeat. You have a rectangular plot, right? You have 15 is the length, 12 here. So 80, they plant garden on 80. How much is not planted? This is 80 meters squared. Like find out the area of the full thing now, 15 by 12 as well. So this will be 180 minus 80, which will be 100. So an aircraft leaves A at 1600 hours and arrives at B at 1930 hours, traveling at an average speed of 550 kilometers per hour. A and B are in the same time zone. The distance from A to B in kilometers is what? So you're trying to find distance. Speed is equal to distance over time. So if you want distance would be time multiplied by speed is equal to distance. You know your speed. So it'll be 550 multiplied by, what's my time? Three and a half is distance. So what I'll be by? 3.5 will be 3 twos are 6, 7 over 2. I'm looking for speed. 550 multiplied by 7 over 2. Wait again. Well, we had to multiply these two things, right? So let me just multiply it. 7 by 0 is 0. 7 5s are 35. 7 5s are 35. And 3 would be 38. So it would be 3850 over 2. 2 into 3850 will be 1 remainder 1. 2 into 19. Sorry, 2 into 18 is 9. 2 into 5 would be 2 remainder 1. And 2 into 10 would be 5. 1925. That's the working. So those who have no idea what to do here. Repeat. 2 centimeters. The most important thing here is 1 kilometer is equal to how much centimeters in a kilometer? So this will be 100,000 multiplied by 8, right? That'll be 800,000 centimeters. That's what 2 centimeters represent on the graph, right? So I'm going to put my ratio sign here instead of an equal sign. So you're breaking down a ratio just as you'll break down a normal fraction. So 2 into 8 would be 400,000. All right? D. All right. What's going on here? The volume of the cuboid is 320 and the height is h. If the cuboid has a square base whose length is 8 centimeters, what is the value of h? A square base. So base mean here will be 8 also. So 8 multiplied by 8 multiplied by height will be equal to 320. 8 8 hours 64. 64 into 320 is what, by? Which one again here? Anybody worked it out? You think it's 16? God, but look at me go this way. Yeah, 5. 5. Right. We don't have to work that. Thank the Lord. The area of a triangle is 60 centimeters squared and its height is 10 centimeters, right? The area of a triangle is 60 centimeters squared and its height is 10. What is the length of the base? So it will be base multiplied by height over 2 is equal to 60. Where do we the 2 and a carry there? That'll be 120. Where do we the 10 and a carry there? 12. This is the easiest paper I've seen in years. How many students bought no more than 6 books? No more than 6 books will be 6 or what? Could somebody tell me how much it's adding up to? Let's go. Moving here, boy. Mode. Which number of books the most amount of students bought? Because we had 13 students buying 5 books. Median number of books. I watch it 13 and common mistake, guys. Clock that. Common mistake. You watch it 13 and I put it 13 as the answer and I get a big X. Median number of books the students bought at the sale is median will be n plus 1 over 2. How much students in the class? 58. So we're looking at 59 over 2, which will be what by? That will be 29.5. So we're looking for the 29th student and the 30th students. It's in between that. Whatever the 29th student get plus whatever the 30th student get divided by 2. Right? So 29, what are we going? 9 and 9, 18. 18 and 23 is what by? 31. 18 and 23 is 31. Right? And so not 23, sorry, 13 would be 31. So this means that the 31st student got a 5, the 30th student got a 5, and the 29th student got a 5. Right? Well, both 5 books. Okay? So it's actually just going to be 5 plus 5 divided by 2, which is 5. 5 is my median. My median. We done there? Nearly done, mate. Almost time to go and get ready for the bed. There we go, 90. Tell me what's the problem here, Kyle? Yeah, it is. And you should check it every time, bro. You should check it every time. Correct. Correct. So what do we find, boy? If 180 students play football, football is where that's 90 degrees, right? So how many students play basketball? So 90 degrees, so it's like 90 over 360 multiplied by some number x is equal to 180. X being the total amount of students in the class. So it's like a quarter multiplied by x is equal to 180. When you carry a quarter here, x will be equal to 180 divided by a quarter, which will be 180 what? Multiplied by 4 over 1. What 180 multiplied by 4 is what? 720? So it's like the same question they given over and over. Same number. Yeah. So, yeah. Where again? 216? 216. According to the pie chart, the sector angle representing cricket, 36% at 360 is how much by? 30% of 360. Same kind of numbers too, boy. Right through, boy. So 360 minus 108 plus 36 plus 90. Is it same 120 something? Yeah, that's the same thing we used in the last. What are you talking about? Uh, no, no, I put the 90 degrees, yeah. Yeah, yeah, in different forms. They just switch it up. But I assume all of might get some AI questions this too, man. Well, this we rebuke that by we rebuke AI in the name of eh? Me and we go see just now. Where Jibral? Jibral, you say some pressure with today, right? Mm-hmm. Eid Mubarak, brother. Eid Mubarak. There we go. Have Facebook, have Instagram, blah, 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 blah. Repeat question. So a person who has an Instagram account is chosen at random. Notice not repeat. You just probably did this recently, the same paper. What is the probability that the person also has a Facebook account, right? So a person who has an Instagram account, a person, so if you deal with that person, what's the total number of persons? So what is the probability a person who has an Instagram account is chosen at random, right? Wait. A person who has an Instagram account, 100 by, I read the person and mean finish read the question, huh? So that will be what's the probability that they have a Facebook account also we did with the 36. What is making it to be like? There we go. Which of the following functions represent? See, y is equal to mx plus c. Linear function crosses the horizontal axis. D for dog, x-intercept. Horizontal axis is the x-axis, my children. Or again, Nicole, no stand around. Again, sick boy. Every year for CSEC, I get sick, That's doing class. Remember, I basically doing classes every day. Every year. Somebody said TikTok freeze. That true? TikTok freeze. And then we no TikTok running by somebody on YouTube saying that hi YouTube open me. We go, let we go. Right. What we doing here? You gotta make what the subject. So like I just right, so it'll be negative 3 over 2x minus 8 over 2. That's all y is equal to your gradient would be the number that is in front x, b. H over 4.4 here. 4 3 is at 12, 12 minus 2 is what? 10, 10 divided by 5 will be. Well, like we finishing this in record time, boy. I sure we can finish them next questions, them next 10 questions in 10 minutes, because that shows our whole set of repeat. The relation that best describes the mapping diagram above. What we have, boy? Yeah, we have many to one here. I just saying it for the trend who probably not in my class. I see 161 people on TikTok, 169 people. I see 42 people on YouTube. So for the people who probably don't know, many to one means that they have more than one going to one. This is many dots going to one dot, right? But we don't have many, we don't have one to many. If you observe, there's no one dot here going to more than one. So it is many to one, not many to many, right? As I said, the Chen who were not in my class. What going on here? F. I think this is negative one, eh? It looks crazy. So they find, what is this? Is such a shipping working here, boy. Let me go. Right. x is equal to 5 minus 2y. What we do now? Carry this 2y here. Bring this x here. So 2y is equal to 5 minus x. Carry the 2 there. Y is equal to 5 minus x over 2. This is f negative 1 of 1 is equal to 5 minus 1 over 2. What is it be? 4 over 2? 2. So you want to put 2 into this now. It's like you want to find f of 2. That'll be 5 minus 2 by 2. That'll be 1. We cooking or we cooking? Have to eat by that's ready to get my ones. Yes, by this one in September. People that just be messaging me, so boy. Sorry, boy, but I didn't get the distinction, boy, but I get the one, no. Even though there's no such thing as distinction, when he is in their profiles. What's that, Kyle? Energy, dog. Energy. Let me go. What going on here? Hey, this question here. Are we getting that by? Refer to the following speed time graph, which shows a cyclist's journey along a straight path. A cyclist's journey along a straight path. All right, thank you. Based on the graph, which of the following statements about the cyclist is true? So we know the cyclist accelerates 0.1 meters per second for 50 seconds. And then they say it rests for 90 seconds. We didn't rest for 90 seconds. Our speed was constant. So no thank you. We're not interested in you. We're not interested in you, partner. You wrong. The cyclist starts at constant speed of 6 meters per second, accelerates at constant rate of 190 seconds, then decelerates to 30, starts at a constant speed of 6. No, I start at rest. Partner. You talking about pack at Tutsi. It's wrong. From rest, right? We now start to talk business. From rest, the cyclist decelerates. Yeah, the cyclist never decelerate, partner. The cyclist accelerates. Right? So I didn't even read in this. I don't have time to read that. But that's crazy, you know. Men go down and work out all kind of thing, you know, and go mad with this question, you know. Seriously go mad, you know. According to the graph, the average speed of the cyclist for the first 4 minutes of the journey is what? Average speed for the first 4 minutes, boy. They really what we find speed is equal to distance over time, boy. That's an easier way to do this, sir. What I need to be 50? We only talk about for the first 40 minutes. You all see what I do there? You all saw what I did there? And they said for the first 40 minutes. 4 minutes, sorry. So we stop in here. I really don't mind. 4 minutes is how much seconds, boy. I now see this is seconds. 4 minutes is how much seconds? 240? So stop away. We really have to go and work out the area of this by how much from here to here will be? From here to here will be 190. Right? 190 from here to here. Then from here to here will be what? 240. Then what's the height? From here to here as well. What's the height? 6. Good boy. So the area under the graph, which is the distance, your distance, right? Your distance. Right? Your distance would be equal to a half. The area under the graph is the distance. So we're going to find the area. So it's a half A plus B, so it'll be 190 plus 240. Must have a question of a straight us, 190 plus 240 multiplied by 6. What's the distance here? Anybody work this out by? Anybody? 900? All right, when you add in here again, although you use no calculator there, 0, this will be what? 3, this will be 3 and 1, 4. 430, right? A half of 430 is what by? That'll be 2, 1, 1, 5, 15. 250 multiplied by 6 as well. I correct, yeah? 215 by 6. What you got there, bro? 1,290. All right. Yeah, I've seen it there. Yeah, that's correct. So this is what? This is meters, right? So your speed is equal to distance over time. So your speed will be equal to 1290, which is my distance, over my time, which is 240. 240 seconds, because our senior measure here is meters per second, right? 24 could go into this here, right? What's something here? What's your skills here? Right. 24 into 129 would be 5 point something, right? I not gonna waste time here. Look, 5 point something here. We ain't gonna even waste time to divide anything else. That's the tricks here in the trade. These are the tricks in the trade. Don't waste time to divide nothing else here. Right? Proper thing. YouTube has seen all here, no? What going on here? You're going 1, 2, then 1. So the translation that maps A onto A prime, B prime. So you're going 2 to the right and then 1 up. So it'd be 2 and 1. B. Repeat. If each exterior angle of a polygon is 60, then the polygon is a what? A hexagon, yeah. Hexagon. In the right angle triangle above, which trigonometric ratio is equal to this? This I repeat. But A. Huh? Yeah, we now do this. Now do that same question. Horse, we finish this paper in less than an hour, you know. You realize that? That's not going to happen until tomorrow, you know. They're going to finish fast. But check over now, please, now. When all have time, can we please check over, please? Please, I beg all you. What going on here? So 85. Based on the thing bearing of E from F, of E from I was doubting this answer so easy. I doubted this so easy. Well, let's show you right there, right? 56. Yeah, boy. What's the real situation here? We going what? Anti-clockwise? Boom. Y is equal to negative x. That's what this line would be if we rotate it anti-clockwise. Anyway, all it was a good season, you know. I enjoy spending this time with you all. All right. I enjoy spending this time with you all. TikTok, YouTube, I know I didn't go live much, but I felt like I had an obligation to the people who have been with me for the last, 2 years. Some, very few of you all were with me for 2 years. Most of you all were with me for a year. All right, see the answer here. So the translation, under the translation is the image. So it will be 5, negative 5, 3, plus negative 2, 3. Negative 5 plus negative 2 is negative 7. 3 plus 3 is 6. This will be negative 7, 6, right? Guys, it was nice to know. And I wish all the best. Huh? We're 58 by? Ooh, to the left, to the left. What going on here, by? Yeah, because angle in a semicircle is how much? So this is our equilateral triangle. Base angles in our equilateral triangle are equal. Guys, It was nice, as I was telling Tiki Taki, I was with them. I wasn't really with them. I was with my children mostly. So to my students, thank you for being with me for the past year. Most of you all, very few of you all with me for about 2 years, right? I just want to say thank you for sharing your CXC journey with me. I am pretty confident that almost everybody in my class that rallied to the end, because there were some people who drop out. Because this class is about 70 children and it boiled out to about like 50. So I know the 50 people will pass. I'm sure about that. The others who was just in and out, I ain't too sure about them. So we're looking for 50 out of 70 next year. What percent is they, Kyle? 50 out of 70 children. Much percent is by 500 divided by about 71%. Yeah, 71, 70, 71 point something, right? That is very excellent. That's very excellent. More than 70% of the class will pass. I am sure about that because you all put in the work, right? So, guys, it was nice, we linking up in September. I'm not deleting any of the groups, right? I'm not deleting any of the WhatsApp groups because I want all to communicate when September comes, right? Not September, sorry, August. And I will be looking for some of you all to do some interviews. Talk to me. Brother, don't cover that from me, yeah? Step on this already next way. I know. I I hear for all too, boy. In every stage of your life, I know you all will message me, and I hear for guidance. I hear for it. It was really nice. It was really, really nice. Right? So all I going to know, all I go and take a rest. I shut up people. Let me see who's still alive so I can tell all. Yeah, look, I see Max. Wee, Max Live have 844 people on YouTube. That's plenty, boy. Who else alive? Uh-huh. Thank you, brother. Yeah, boy. Thanks. Hey, you're welcome. You're welcome, my fellas, boy. Always. Hey, thank you, my brother. Hey, thank you, my bro, boy. You're welcome, boy. Hey, to everyone, I appreciate each and every one of you all, boy. Each and every one. It was really nice, boy. It was really nice. I have no complaints. I have no complaints. Anybody else have anything else to say before we bust out? I didn't see men leaving. Man gone, boy. Yeah, I know that. Nice, nice, nice. Oh, Lord. That was how we talking. Yeah, that's it in itself, eh? Yeah. That's how the thing that's good sometimes, but you came a long way. I'm very proud of you all. I'm very proud of you. I know that. I know that. It's very few men was with me for 2 years, and it was probably just Kyle and who else, boy. Not much, Sing. How long you was with me sing? Right, Chris was with me Form 4. Sing, you was with me Form 4 too, and Josiah Sinanan was here since Form 4. Yeah, Josiah was here since Form 3, correct. You come at me just I say, I'm Marshall was with me long too. Jibral no come in. Jibral no come in. We, yeah, and you know, I just encourage that. I just encourage men to help men. Encourage students to help students. Well, I mean, when I say men help men, I mean women too. Women help women, men help men, vice versa. Right? Proper thing, proper thing. Was very few people was here with me for 2 years, but most of you all was like a year, and I'm really glad I could make the impact that I made on your all, right? I appreciate each and every one of you all. I'll always keep saying that. I don't want to see nobody back next year. We ain't coming back here. I know my co. You what? Say that again? Nah. Now look at you, man. Oh, look at you. I'm not worried. I'm not worried about you all. Hey, Ole, go and get some rest. I see Rajiv still online. That's the only man online. Let me see if Terry still. Yeah, Ole could go in. Rajiv is a good one. Let me see if Terry online. Hey, you're gonna run it for 10 hours. One. I see Terry. I think Terry done. Cohen done, Terry done. Is this Rajiv boy? Rajiv is a soldier boy. That man is a soldier. That man pumping right through. Let me see if anybody on TikTok live, so I could just advise all you. Nobody not really live on TikTok neither, nah? Yeah, nobody not live on TikTok. Yeah. I see this fella. Hey, look, Bali tutors online. Yeah, Bali tutors online. So you can check him out. Check out them boys and them top people online, man. It'll crash. I think already. If it's men who really not ready, or like go and taking going Rajiv class, right? But men who ready, I think I should go and get some rest. Yeah, I don't mind a rally off, and one not bad. One not bad, but don't go later than one. Uh-huh. Right. That's what we're talking about. So let go and take in Rajiv. Yeah, I think you should do that too. How we talk about. Yes, in the name of the Lord. Oh God, I feel to leave all it, but I go to sleep too. Though. This season, it was a lot. It was a lot. It's not easy. It was real good. It was real good. It was real good. And I'm glad. Yeah, it was real fun, correct. But what I did last year that I did differently, as opposed to this year, last year, like how I was just teaching solely you all, last year I was going live a lot. And I say, boy, let me really zero in on my trainer, boy. Because I don't know if you all realize, when I teach in TikTok, all I find I be distracted. I be distracted kind of way because I always checking the TikTok, checking the YouTube, I always checking to see what's going on. And I know, but I don't like to feel distracted when I'm teaching. When I zero in on my 70 students, I like to zero in on all you. Figure, yeah, that's the thing. I need to have moderators. Whenever I go in live again next year, I'll have some moderators. But that's yeah, next year you gotta jump in next year. Well, well, I gotta get back there. Start to make some gym content. Yeah. As I have some content to put, by the amount of maths content I have pile up on me. But because I was doing work with all every night, I didn't have the mental capacity to edit them videos. So I'm gonna take my time now. I'll still post them up because I don't want to delete the videos now, guys. I don't want to delete the videos. So I have like some paper ones I did with you all that are taped in the beginning. I'll post up all them things so people who write in next year could benefit from it. But I didn't have the mental capacity to teach all every night and then go and edit videos. I didn't even edit my form 4 videos, my form 3 videos, my form 2, my form 1. The amount of backlog I have. But I go deal with that after today. So let's go and get some rest. Those who want to go and take in Rajiv, go and take in Rajiv. Don't go on the bed too late. 1 o'clock is lock off. Go on the bed 1 o'clock, right? Hey, come here to win, my brother, boy. We have to win, boy. All going with the right attitude, Kyle. Now we no, but then how you sleeping? How you gonna sleep? Lord Father. But what you need to pull up all nighter for? Nah, hey, you just have maths anxiety for real, sister. Go and get some rest, man. Yeah, lock off at 12. Or like stay with Rajiv till 1. Stay with Rajiv till 1. Understand how it is, go. Trust me. Trust me. I'm gonna end. Hey, TikTok. I'm gonna end this live. Hey, boy, shucks. I live on YouTube, boy. And you know YouTube. YouTube just post it when you're done. So people, hey, people go down here all we conversation. Oh, shucks. It's not anybody. Look at that 28 people on YouTube. It's that 28 people on YouTube still. Eh,